Yeah, thank you all are live everywhere.
Live everywhere. Yeah, perfect. All right. Oh!
Is that better? Good?
Yeah, pretty sound good.
Good. All right. I think we're getting that.
Hit the record button.
All right. Don't forget that. So, we're not live.
We are live on the iPad. Giving everybody an opportunity to join in.
All right.
You know, that's how you do it. And when the TikTok, you get all the younger generation.
Is it a full-size SD phone?
No, small mini.
All the younger generation for it. They plug
What
it
is it called?
Yes, stories and all that. That's how you do that.
All right.
Oh, God.
This is kind of like a little sneak preview because we didn't tell anybody we were going to go live. This is a little recording for our Deganation experience. So,
And it really is more of a recap.
it's a recap. We're just going to go ahead and recap this thing.
That's basically what we're doing. And first of all, to be honest with you, it was such a humbling experience. But just to have me and Juan come back here and have the opportunity to just talk about this, it's pretty exciting.
Chris, how's that looking right now?
I gotta tell you though, this is exciting. This is Juan Diego's first project. Why does he sound good? Why do y'all have me sound like I'm on the Michael Jackson microphone? And everybody around here sounds good, and I sound like Howard the Chicken.
Actually, no, it's not true.
I gotta tell you,
Nobody.
even you sound better than me, but that's all right. At least I'm the good looking one. I feel privileged though. I'm here with the long arm.
Of the law.
The long
Oh,
arm
here
of
we
the
go.
law.
There we go. Y'all got
You
jokes?
hear this? No.
Herm. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know I'm sitting next to the long arm, huh?
So, Chris, this is kind of going to come up.
What's that?
The volume of that.
Yeah, you hear it.
As long as y'all can hear him.
Okay.
Because I'm going to use y'all's phone.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. We're good. We're good.
Oh,
So we
live.
good?
Oh, yeah, you might live if they want to. Yeah.
Just so that everybody at home who's watching this, if they saw the sophisticated equipment that we're using right now, when Team Pack Lunch Live, I might have you a picture. That's
Deganation TV. How's that?
That's good.
That's good.
Is Herman?
Herman with us?
Herman, stop eating, man.
no, I'm working on it.
It's good? It's good? It's live now? Okay.
We are live right now.
Alright, so listen, happy Monday. This is Deganation TV live from the, not the compound, we're live from the, what do we call this place? Club 648, the Deganation headquarters. Look at that, we're getting a little rusty on here. We haven't been here in a minute, so. But welcome, man. It's your buddy Chris with a K, and I got some guests tonight. We got the Herminator on the phone. Say hello, Herm.
What's up, Degnation?
Look at that, man. Live from downtown Meat, right? A lot of stuff going on in the Meat. So, but we also got the man, Corey, along with the law. You heard him say hello. What's up, Corey?
How y'all doing out there?
How's your Monday?
Monday has been great, man.
It's a good sign. It's a good sign.
Still recuperating from the big weekend of last week.
Oh man, it's taken about 10 days.
Yeah, we're about to talk about all that.
That's right. And we also got Team Pack-A-Lunch here. Say what's up, Jay.
How y'all doing, everybody? Deganation. Well,
First one ever.
first time ever being in front of Deganation. I'm a little nervous.
Listen, he's in the corner
I am in the corner.
with the new mic.
I'm privileged and honored to be here. And we also have
Mr. Juan Diego from the Smile Factory. Say hello, Juan.
Hello, how you doing, guys?
All right, Juan. Juan's first podcast.
First ever.
This is awesome, man. You sound great, buddy.
Oh,
You look even better. You look better than Jay. You look comfortable. So what's up, Deganation? Listen, we haven't been on here in a minute, but we've been really, really busy. So we just wanted to chat for a few minutes, and a lot of publicity over the last couple of days.
Well, actually, and Chris,
Yep.
it actually starts back about 3 weeks ago at the ski
You know, yeah, listen, it's been a busy July, busy August, about to be a busier September. So for you guys that have been following us on social media, you know, I guess a little over a year ago, Jay introduced us into this world of adaptive athletes, and it's been pretty amazing since. So, but just a few weeks ago, and back in July, in the blazing hot summer, we participated in our second ski dogs event right here in Louisiana, where we take some adaptive athletes water skiing. If you guys haven't seen those videos, it's been amazing. But Jay, how'd you get involved with ski dogs, if you don't mind me asking?
we have been volunteering. You know, when we first started this thing, we volunteered with Ainsley's Angels, and we were doing adaptive racing and a lot of races. And we would show up at the races, and I'd see guys like Juan and Drew and all the rest of the Devin and all of our normal guys that we see. And all of a sudden, I go to ski dogs, and there'd be 25, 30 new adaptive athletes that I hadn't seen. We went to ski dogs as a volunteer role through Ainsley's Angels in New Orleans, and we went there to help them catch the athletes as they came in off the water and all the rest of the stuff. And it's been 4 months out the year. It's been for 2 years now. 3 years we've been doing it with them. It's been amazing. It's one of the greatest shows on water by far.
Hey, listen, that's a great way to put it. I can tell you, our first event was almost a year ago, right? It was probably late September, right in
Actually,
September.
I want to say it'll be next week.
Next weekend, yeah. So,
Same weekend at Richmond.
oh,
As
look
we
at that,
know,
as we know, yeah.
NASCAR guys.
Yeah, and we got involved in it, and I think Jay put it right, it's a spectacular event on the water, and we got to meet a lot of different people that's been working with these adaptive athletes, and to Jay's point, if you guys have seen any of the videos, Team Pack Lunch, and we'll get into that in a minute, but kind of introduced us to the event, and Corey, what was your thought of the first ski dog we went to?
I'll never forget it.
That's what everybody
I'll
says.
never forget it. It's I talk a lot about Talladega, I really do, but I talk a lot about ski dogs.
Yeah.
It's just amazing to see these guys and girls get on water skis.
Right,
It's just,
right.
like
Real water ski.
real one. It's like here they are. That obviously it's just weird. And then you fall over and you think about it, but they have this amazing setup where they have 2 jet skis on both sides of them, and
Rescue swimmers there.
right, 2 guys driving, 2 guys and sitting back. So if I've been to ski dogs twice, never seen anybody ever fall off.
Neither.
I heard-
Jay probably saw something.
Well, I heard the last one they were goofing off and they fell off, but
I saw Jay fall off.
Yeah,
The only person I saw fall
but
off.
yeah, so it's just an amazing event. Jamie and the crew they put on an awesome event.
Yeah.
So we'll be looking forward to
September 19th.
September 19th. We got I know. So
Juan, what's your thought about ski dogs, sir?
well, it's something I never done before. Any of it, those things, only skills in my mind.
Oh yeah.
So, but to experience it for the first time, it's so eye-opening.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's like, when you first learn to walk, you are like, scared at first, but then you keep getting better and better until you learn to walk.
Man, I never thought of it that way, Mom, but I guess you're right.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this: the first time you thought about this, What was the feeling like? Like, were you nervous? Were you scared? Were you excited?
I was scared at first.
I can imagine.
Because before that, I never did any of that stuff. Before, today, I've never done anything of that kind of thing. So, the first time it was scary. But then, as I get going, get experiencing things, it was natural.
Natural. Oh, I like that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, confidence in his voice, Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. And listen, I enjoyed seeing you guys out there. It's been an event. We just did it, I guess, a couple weeks ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Back in July, and again, 25, 30 riders that day. Everybody kind of went twice right there. That's kind of the goal.
They try to get it as many as they can, for sure.
Yeah. So yeah, listen, that team over there, we've been busy doing that. That was about 3-4 weeks ago. They've had one since that, again, 2 weekends ago there was another one. So, and then we have the one that we're volunteering back.
And Chris, in between all that, they have their, the chair. They go racing.
Yeah.
Exactly. What do you call that, Jay?
It's basically an adapted chair for running. We do road races.
Road races. That's what I meant.
Road races and trail runs.
So Herm,
Mine's pretty busy.
Yeah, let's not forget about Herm. What was your thought on your first Ski Dogs event, Herm?
Yeah, Chris, listen, it takes a village, and what a combination of allowing these groups together to pull this off. I mean, just, everybody has a spirit of operation, man, and it just, look, if this doesn't put a smile on your face, then you really need to check yourself, right? Because, I mean, just giving back to these athletes, it's a tremendous feeling,
No, it's been amazing, and again, I go back to that day Jay's running at the lakefront at the boat races, right? And I'm setting up, and we start talking about how we can get involved in just a little bit of what he did, and now we're in it, right?
And let me tell you, and it's funny, and I'm going to go off script for a second, Deganation, but when I saw Chris, he was working in his day role, right? And he said, man, I think I can help you. And I'm like, look, I went back to the truck, and I'm like, man, what a corporate sponsor that would be. And I got to tell you, when we talked later on in the week, and he said, no, I'm thinking about the Deganation role that we would have in it. And I remember exactly where I was. I was working, and I stopped, and I said, wow, I never even thought about that aspect of it. And to be perfectly honest with you, I think that the Deganation team and the Deganation itself has come through more than what any corporate sponsor would have asked of us. We would have had rules. We would have had to do things. And that's the beautiful thing about the Deganation guys is there never seems to be any rules. Like, can we do it? Yes. There's no slowing down and worrying about what anybody else is going to think about, or if that's safe or smart or financially or fiscally responsible. Man, you guys just go. And I gotta tell you, it's been rewarding since the day we talked. It's been tremendous. We go someplace to do a road race and it's got the flags and people are coming up and asking us about NASCAR and I feel stupid. I'm like, 24 Jack Gordon. Like does Tony Stewart still race with
Nope.
Home Depot?
Nope.
I don't know anything about it, but I gotta tell you, it's been a tremendous victory for the adaptive athletes in our general area, and the whole South Coast is the regional has been benefited tremendously from everybody's generous involvement with Deganation.
And listen, on the same note, Jay, you're getting the questions on, hey, what is Deganation? We're getting the questions on, hey, how did y'all get hooked up with these different events, whether it's some of the trail rides or trail runs, or now the Ski Dogs, and then of course we'll get into our all-terrain experience here in a little bit. But we're getting the same thing. How did y'all get involved with them? So it's bridging two different, groups, and it's both of us are growing leaps and bounds because of it, and it's been nothing but a win for us. So, what's your thoughts on it, Corey? I mean, I'm sure you take a lot more phone calls than I do.
No, it's really cool that how we all work together.
Yes.
There's a lot of stuff going on in these organizations, and everybody has a role. And Ski Dogs, like I said, it started it all, and then we've got to go see Team Pack Lunch up in Kenna
Yeah, the basketball.
at the basketball arena and for the gym, and we've seen a lot going on there.
Quite a lot.
That's
Listen, let's talk about that for a second. So, we went to the Canada, what's the actual?
It's the Lincoln Manor
Lincoln Manor.
Adaptive Sports Center.
There we go, Lincoln Manor Adaptive Sports Center, and we're sitting there and we see some guys we know like Juan,
right.
throwing some footballs, playing some basketball, cornhole going on,
Right.
a lot of stuff going on, ramps being built, and I mean it was all over the place. And then we meet a gentleman, I can't remember the gentleman's name, and we started talking about the road race at the Indianapolis Speedway, right?
Right.
And he showed us some videos, sent us some videos,
And
and all of a sudden we're like, wow, we can do more, right?
I'm pretty sure.
We worked with Talladega on this.
No, but I'm pretty sure the gentleman you're talking about,
Matt May.
Matt, yes,
His
Matt.
name is Matt Wildman.
That was probably mine, things about.
Matt has been a tremendous advocate of adaptive sports for years, and he did what they call the mini marathon or mini something like that.
Indy Mini.
Indy, exactly.
I'll never forget that. Indy Mini, just a great.
Ainsley's had about 37 chairs or so there, and Matt drove all the way from here up there to participate in that particular event. And I'm hoping
We work.
that we can bring something like that a little further south.
We work now.
And listen, if you guys don't know this, one of the things that we were able to do last race was when we kind of unveiled our Deganation chair at Talladega, we had members from Ainsley Angels representing us, but then we also had an athlete that, Mr. Woody, right, that came out of nowhere, that was coming to Talladega, and we was able to put him in our chair, right, and make a couple of we ran the poke run,
Yep.
right, in our chair, representing both Deganation, Ainsley Angels, and adaptive athletes everywhere. Mom was incredible, right? She was so fun to be around. Oh, Fireball Woody, right?
Fireball Woody.
Herm, you remember Fireball Woody?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What's your thoughts on that? What's your thoughts on that, Herm, on that experience?
Listen, just being able to, you want to show people what we're doing and why we're doing it. And look, that was the cherry on top of the ice cream.
Sure, that's a good point.
Definitely.
Here's what we're doing, and here's a guy riding around in the chair that we got doing a poker run. That's just
But when we was at
that's just awesome, man.
even when we was watching the band, if you remember, he was watching the band instead. He was in the front row, and he had his
And listen, a lot of that was sponsored by Team Pack Lunch, right? Again, another partnership that, Team Pack Lunch, Jay, Juan, and that whole team, Tiffany, and everybody that puts stuff together, made it possible for them to be there at not only at Talladega, but part of the Deganation experience. And, and then it just kind of expanded from there, right? We didn't think we would have somebody doing a poke run, but hey, now he's doing a poke run. Next thing you know, we're doing fireball shots, and which was a little weird. Jay, I don't know if you saw that video.
And listen, man, they may be in chairs and they may have a little bit of assistance needed in their day-to-day activities, but let me just tell you something. and they can lie. Because I'm pretty sure Cokes aren't in garage beer.
Cans,
But
yeah.
they have a good time. Devin Habitats will be the first one to grab an ice cold beer after a race that she participated in. Juan had himself one after this experience that we're going to talk about here shortly.
Did you get in trouble, Juan? Did you get a talking to on the way home?
No.
And Woody, garage beer, you can't do that.
And Woody was having himself a good old time in Talladega, as well as you should, right? Because I mean, you guys twice a year put that event on, so you got to save up all weekend long.
So, just so I'm gonna let a little secret out the bag. This next race, we will have the ski dogs skis there.
Oh, check that out.
Yes.
Nice.
We're gonna bring
Nice.
one of the skis, and we're gonna show everybody what the water and actual ride. So that's going to be pretty cool.
That's breaking news.
Yes. So
Jay, you knew that?
I did not know that, but isn't there a body of water? No, is it?
no,
that's Daytona, that's Daytona.
No.
No, they put a body of water in town. We in trouble.
I'm just saying, maybe we.
No.
Outside is a creek in
No.
the creek, and that was already
We're
worked.
good,
That was
we're
already
good.
there.
I'm warning you two yahoos, I know how much that thing costs, no dragging that behind a golf cart.
We put some wheels.
All right,
No.
Jamie,
If it rains, ooh, that field.
Jamie's gonna watch this and he's gonna
Jamie's about to X the program. No, that's awesome. But listen, you know, we still got a lot to talk about. So go check Ski Dogs out on Facebook and see their events. I know they're packed up. I know there's a waiting list only for the next one, or the next two probably, right?
Yep.
And you know, definitely check out Team Pack Lunch. I mean, Jay, how many events have y'all done? It's August. How many events have y'all
I
done?
want to guess. Let me guess.
Go ahead. Gotta add a week in that, Corey. Gotta add a week.
I know. So I think I'm about 97, 98.
97.
Whoa, look at that. Boom.
97 since January 1st. Juan's been at about 90 of them.
91?
Why?
He is my right hand man. He basically kicks out the Yeti ice chest out the passenger seat almost every weekend.
I know.
We are doing something. We do
Sit
on
at the
average.
ice chest.
Garage beer.
90
Water.
It's true. And some monsters thanks to Chris Rochette.
Shout out to Monster.
97, of which we've done over 1,600 athletes, and we've fed, including the events that y'all are in, over 2,600 people.
2,600 people.
2,600 people we've fed because of our involvement with every single partner that we've had.
That's pretty impressive.
And ask, unfortunately, and we're going to talk about it, but we've only had one event that we've ever had anybody pay, and that was the alligator tour, which we're going to talk about. But other than that, there's not been a single charge to a single thing.
That's amazing. And listen, a lot of that is because of the Deganation, right? The brand for the fans, those folks have been supporting us at the auctions and the poker runs for the last, I don't know, what, 5, 6 years, Corey? Probably
Right.
might be longer than that. Twice a year, on top of the fundraising that Team Pack Lunch does and Ainsley's Angels and Ski Dogs, the stuff we've been doing at the track is now rolling over into these adaptive athletes here in Southeast Louisiana and really all over the state. So it's been pretty amazing. So, and, you know, for me and Corey, the biggest challenge is how do we show people that aren't living in the same state we live in the same area and participating in. And it's been difficult, but guess what? We had this last event. We had people from Georgia and Mississippi that volunteers.
Volunteers, yes.
From the Deganation that said,
Yes.
hey, you know what, we're coming down, we want to be a part of this. So it's working. What we're doing and what we're providing for these athletes and what we're providing for these events is actually now expanding out of Southeast Louisiana and into other parts of the country. And that's exactly what the challenge has always been. And now we've kind of overcome that challenge. And I think, man, you're going to see some big things.
And I'll
You
add,
know, Chris,
go ahead, Herb.
Herb, go
we
ahead.
started as just something that we done to get some Christmas gifts for some local kids. Just in this short time has went from Christmas gifts, which we still do, and Halloween that we still do, to all these events that we do with these adaptive athletes. Man, it's growing by leaps and bounds.
Yeah, we can't thank the fans enough because that's where it's coming from.
And to add to that, is that right? Juan, let me ask you a question. Before we started with all of the Team Pack Lunch and our involvement with Deganation, how many times a week would you say you got out of the house?
On roads, once a week.
Once a week.
And your highlight of your day was what?
Or either school from home, school home.
Right. So 5 days a week you went to school, and then when you went home, you basically.
Stay on.
And now you're up to 90 events so far in the first 7 months of the year.
And you're sitting here in the Deganation studio on Monday night.
He really has, Herman, and it is in large part, to go back to what you're saying, the involvement of the Deganation Kids Foundation, the Deganation Experience, it has paid the dividends to these athletes. I can't thank you enough. I gotta tell you, 96 events so far this year, and then we've still got plenty of
Calendar still packed.
And to give back to these kids, the generousness of the people that come to a Talladega race is incredible.
And listen, Juan's still full of energy. He's like 96. I got plenty more in me. That's the cool part.
He sleeps on the way to and from.
Oh yeah. Juan, just tell him what you drive, man. Right.
I know y'all get up early because, like on a Saturday, you guys leave at like 4 or 5 in the morning sometimes.
Sometimes it's as early as 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm wheeling him out of his house at 4 o'clock. We're loading up and we're going to, traveling an hour to 2 hours on a weekend event. This week, just for the calendar, this week we have a very important podcast on Monday night. We have a swim party tomorrow at Elks Lodge. Who generously give us that place for the weekend for athletes to come and swim and have a party and food. Thursday night we'll have our sports night at the Lincoln Manor Adaptive Sports Center, which includes a whole host of basketball, baseball, football, any sport that you want to. That's part of our Move With Me program. And then we'll have Saturday morning, we'll be at Ainsley's Angels in Biloxi or Gulfport for a 5K. And then Saturday night, we will be at the beautiful Louisiana State Parks that we are so proud to be a part of in the Q50 race, the Blue Moon, which will run at night. We will take the Deganation chair. We will have a big old LED spotlight on it. Ski dogs, the Deganation chair, and one of our Team Pack Lunch chairs. We'll go out and take 3 adaptive athletes. We'll have 6 runners that will run in the complete darkness of trails. No path, no nothing. And
That's Q50. That's one of the ones we want to get to, right?
Is that the one?
That's that night. Yeah, that's the one we definitely want to get to.
Blue Moon this week. We're looking forward to all of them. So we've got five events loaded up this week. It's gonna be great.
Man, that's awesome. Well, listen, let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about.
Well, when you go to talk about that, we want to know. Jay's going to tell you how it all got started.
Correct.
What are we talking about, Chris?
So, guys, if you haven't been following us on social media, it's got to be crazy because I know we're overwhelmed by the amount of support that we've seen just across all aspects. But 2 Saturdays ago, I guess it is now, we had
so crazy to say that.
2 Saturdays. Yeah, we had the first annual Deganation All-Terrain Experience, and I can tell you this thing evolved to something that we could ever imagine dreaming of. I know Jay feels the same way, Juan feels the same way. But Jay, tell us how this whole thing started.
We were leaving out of Stennis Space Center at a race that we were doing in Mississippi, and I was about mile 2 on I-10 and heading back towards Louisiana State Line, and we passed a SUV with a Honda Mini 80 motorcycle. And Juan sat up in his chair and just eyeballed that thing as we passed it up and we went back home. And I thought to myself, there's no way, brother. Like we do a lot of crazy stuff, but I don't know how I'm going to get you on a little Honda 80 and let you ride in dirt. I didn't get to the state line. It wasn't less than 2 miles when I thought about Corey, and I said, hey, don't you know some people with some side-by-side? And he goes, yeah, I've got some people I know. And from that moment, which has been about 8 months in the making, we have
Was
been...
that long?
It's about 8 months, yeah, because that race was in November, December of last year. So it's been...
It's been 2 weeks since we had the event.
Yeah, geez, 8 months.
It's been 8 months in the plan. And I gotta tell you, the Deganation crew made that happen. Ainsley's Angels had athletes there. Ruth Linder had our own project there. The girls from the Deganation ladies killed it with their games. But let me tell you, without the Deganation crowd and crew, that event would not have went off. Because the amount of generous side-by-sides that showed up was humbling, right?
Correct,
We-
correct.
We cannot have done a dirt day and played in the mud like we would have done without the generousness of all the entire mud crew, whatever y'all call those guys. They are wired differently because the investments that they have that allowed folks to just climb up in them and the smiles on the faces when we went back and looked
Juan's
at
still, look at Juan's smiling right now.
and-
No, but you know, listen, for you guys that haven't followed us or haven't seen what's going on, but you know, we had an event that we took, and I think we had 113 on the books. Probably only about 88 were there. We took 88 adaptive athletes, mud riding side by side, from 2-seaters to 4-seaters, from stock bikes to the most exotic bikes out there, from the cool wraps to the sound system to the 50-inch tires to, I mean, you name it, we had it. And we took them on, I guess, we thought it was about a 6 mile, but I think it ended up being like 9.5.
It's 9.5.
A 9.5 mile trail ride that experienced dirt, rocks, water, mud, grass, trees, woods, you name it, just an all-around event. And it was a Deganation all-terrain experience. And I can tell you, it was a dream that was dreamt by the two guys sitting here from Team Pack Lunch on a ride home one night. So just like Jay said, but what an event. And I think we tell the story a lot. Jay's probably heard me and Corey say this. I think Corey and I envisioned initially 6 to 7 drivers and bikes and about 20, max 20 athletes, right? That's what we visioned for our first go round. And next thing you know, it's 113 and over 50 bikes.
I ain't gonna lie, Chris, me and
Scary.
we talked about this so many times. I was very scared. We put on a lot of events in Talladega, but this thing was just out of our zone. It was out of our comfort zone. I didn't know what to expect. I'm gonna tell you, it started from parking. We had no idea the way this place is set up, where we were gonna park all these cars. And we're gonna go through that. Herman and his crew did a great job of getting all these cars parked.
Herman, what's your thoughts on that parking, man? How do you think it worked out for us?
And then if it would have rained, it would have been even more trouble. So it was so much stuff that was in the back of my head, and it was the hottest day ever. And it worked out perfect. So
Yeah.
Herman, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on it, sir?
Yeah, you know, so let's just listen. A lot, right? So one thing, you cannot. There's not a hard-working volunteer in the state of Louisiana that a man sitting there with y'all, Jay. That guy is a machine, and he doesn't know the word stop or quit or let somebody help him. That guy is a one-man machine. And kudos to you, Jay. You don't know how to stop, man. You know, and then you fast forward into the Gun Swamp Hunting Club guys. You know, you're talking about parking. And
Did we just rename their hunting club?
No, that's
is that the name of it?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
is that the name of it?
100%.
I think it is. It's-
Wow, okay, that's new to me. I just thought it was a hunting club.
No, you know, this is Gerald Bay Marston. Look, I've got to be friends, but I knew of some of those guys. But man, they jumped right in, and the parking. I thought we would have a couple guys out there doing it, and you know, I look up and they're telling me to go do something else, and they got this. So everybody, man, the Deganation crew, our Georgia folks, our Mississippi folks, Stephen Donalou. I mean, all of our crews, man, just they stepped in.
And we even enlisted a state trooper, right?
And we had Ruben in there, and you know, Corey's, you know, we don't know how to do anything small. Everything that we do is big. And you know, Corey, I know you and Chris were probably nervous about this, but listen, our girls, you know, of the wives of of the Deganation, they had all the games set up, you know, and then we're cooking, and you know, I listen. Corey, at the end of the day, I am glad that it was as big as it was. I knew we could handle it, and you know, man, kudos to everybody that was involved in that, man. It was, what a great day that was.
It was an amazing group, day, and all our people, all Jay's people, the city, everybody, from the fire department.
Coyel, you know, it's Coyel, right?
Yeah, the whole Coyel.
I almost want to buy property in Korea.
They made us feel
all
welcome.
our drivers, all our help, the help that we had some people, the amazing people, help put these athletes in the bikes. We're gonna have a video come out within the next 24 hours that is gonna show a lot of this stuff. There's a lot of videos out there now, but we putting our home together. We've been working on it now for a week now. But everybody from, it was everybody.
No, there's too many people. Like
Our in-town people.
we've been going through. Jay's been scrubbing the sponsor list. We've been scrubbing the sponsor list, the volunteer list. You know, you're so scared to thank anyone because you feel like you're gonna leave. There were so many people involved that you're gonna think you're gonna miss one of them.
It really is.
It's been difficult, but you know, Jay, we had My Dreams Foundation, Ainsley's Angels, Linder Games, right?
Yeah, the Linder Challenge.
Linder Challenge, right.
She works her butt off. That's a, I'm gonna talk about her in a little bit. She's just.
And listen, you know, Corey and I spend most of the day out loading the riders and organizing the ride. And you're like, man, did anybody play games? Did anybody make arts and crafts? And then I'm seeing these videos and I'm like, oh, did anybody not do the crafts? Did anybody not play the games? So yeah, I think, you know, the vision that the entire team had, I know we had our vision, Jay had his vision, you know, Ruth had her vision, and I think amongst everyone.
And Chris, then we threw a poker run.
Oh yeah,
We threw a poker run right smack of it.
Right
So
smack in the middle.
that's so.
Yeah, like, and I was like, do we really want to add something to this stuff? But no, but you know, to your point, these athletes, some of them never experienced anything like that. Juan, what's your thought on the poker run, sir?
My thought was, I have never done anything like this before.
Right.
I was looking forward to it. You know?
That's cool, yeah.
I'm always looking forward to anything, right? And thanks to y'all, that was possible, right? I had a vision in my head, but thanks to y'all, it became reality.
Oh, I appreciate that, Juan. No, listen, he's the guy, you guys, when you see the video, Juan, and you can't see him right now, but Juan's the guy hanging out the side of the ATV, just getting the wind in his face and the dust in his teeth and all that good stuff, right, Jay?
He was all in.
He got all the drivers in trouble because
Faster.
hit it, let's do it, let's do some
He
spin outs.
put them turbos to work.
Yes.
It was an event that we built from the ground up.
Never been done before.
It was a series of mostly Deganation people that found the location, which we, you know,
Stumbled upon it, really.
really, you know, we went from mud park to mud park looking to see what was going to be feasibly, financially, and safety wise. We tried to put together an event that was safe, fun, and basically little to no cost, but make it grow. From the parking, when we pulled up to the donated golf carts that drove the quarter of a mile to bring their families to the gate so that you didn't have to walk and already set the tone and say, oh man, this is a hot, miserable day. No,
We tried not to forget anything.
we tried to make sure that everything was covered. You walked into the registration tent where you were meeting with beautiful ladies that were working hard to get everybody registered as quick as we can. We had bags that were loaded down. I don't even really know if everybody even had the opportunity to go through the bags, but we had gift bags from My Dreams Foundation donated. We had socks that were donated from what?
Sugarland Shine.
Sugarland Shine. We had Deganation net gaiters that were keeping the dust out.
Lifesaver from here. I'm hearing it a
I mean, Juan still wears his. We had water bottles from Deganation. We had a book that that was created. We had fans.
Not just a book.
Come on now.
Come on, give it a little credit, man.
You look at it up online, but this money.
It's on Amazon.
Money
It's
it's
on Amazon.
Money it's wiggly stuff. But so we we tried to create a story that went along with the event, so that way it lasted longer than just the event, right? It was more than just a day, it was an entire weekend. It showcased the best of Louisiana, it showcased the best of giving back, it showcased everything that as people who are trying to change the world can do a little good in what, you know, in some people's lives. How do we do, Juan? Did you hear that, Juan?
Oh, yeah, I think we did amazing. I could not have done anything better than that. Everything was just, you know, very, very, amazing.
How dirty were you?
Oh, very, my face, my back, my neck, everything.
The guy's got a bag full of goodies, and he's asking me, hey, do you still have the Worth the shades that you got? Because I really like to keep those. No, what are you going to do with them? Are you going to get dressed up and relive the event? And what are you doing with shades? What are you doing with the goggles?
Well, I want to keep that memory. You know?
Oh, there you go.
Every time I put this on, I can relive that experience, right?
Listen, why I never thought about it like that.
I can relive that moment, right?
And Juan's personal driver just walked in the studio.
Nice.
But, you know, it was like something I never experienced before, you know, it's just so like good to be in the moment, you know, forget about everything else, you forget about my disability, my everything. I just wanted to focus in the moment, you know.
I think you did that, buddy.
That was it, you know, that was the whole part of it, you know, to just be in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, forget about anything else, just enjoy and ride along.
Put a smile on the face, like Smile Factory, right? SmileFactory.com. So listen, Herman, go ahead.
Yes, sir?
Well, let me ask you, should we do this again next year?
Absolutely.
Oh, that was fast. That was fast. Did you expect anything else, Herman?
No, not a good note.
So,
100%.
but I'm going to ask you,
Yes, sir?
what were we missing? If there was anything that you could think of that you wanted, one more thing at that particular
Don't
event,
say deeper hole.
if there was anything else at that event that you wanted to do, what would it be?
You made that lady more speed.
If y'all didn't hear that, he said more speed.
More speed.
Herman, he took one out of your book, buddy, right?
Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
y'all just look at the video because there was a hole that you hit. You
Pretty fast.
You was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Y'all went over the speed limit that we talked about. But hey, listen,
More speed's easier than air conditioning.
You
So,
know,
okay,
yeah.
I was expecting you to say more mud. We're gonna work on more mud next year. It's just we happen to go the driest time of the year. I mean, we had no rain.
We went from worrying about rain to having to begging for rain.
Yeah.
Creating a water truck. So
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
Yeah, shout out to my buddy Charles Stewart from the dirt track and all that, and made a water truck.
yeah.
Yeah, you knew that guy. That's right, Herman. You knew that guy. So listen, I'll ask this to everybody, and Juan kind of gave us his part, but Herman, let's start with you. What was your favorite part of the weekend?
Oh, wow.
Not that I'm putting you on the spot. Ooh.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Corey and Jay got a head start on it, but go ahead.
yeah, well, that's okay. No, listen, so we, you know, we got to, we were the first ones to see the kids when they came back on their rides, turning their cards in at the poker run, and the smile on the faces from all 80 riders, you know, coming by and the cards off, man, that just, that was it for me. You know, that was like, this is why we do this, right?
Absolutely.
And not for our own self, you know, but for these athletes. And man, I really think that was it. And listen, and it wasn't just the athletes that were smiling. The drivers,
Yes.
as much as the riders.
The drivers were.
You know, so you know, I think that was it for me. That first reaction when they pulled up and stopped. You know.
What about you, boy? What you
I
best
mean,
of?
So you know where I was at. I kind of, as they were coming in, I was stopping them to ask them how they were doing, and then I told them to make the loop to make sure to go to the Coburn stop. So, I mean, I've heard, I did it. What's the book run? What's his name?
Nathan, yeah.
He's got this little.
Nathan.
He's got this little move.
Yeah.
He's got this little move, and then this clown on the side of me, he's hanging out the window. He's hanging out like, yeah. Everybody, I did it. There was so many, and like Herman said, the drivers came and said so much, like next year, next month, next whatever, we want to be a part of anything like this. They were stunned. They were like, man, we want to help. We want to do everything. I mean, it was amazing. So I have to say that was probably the number one thing is the drivers and the athletes coming back saying they did.
Your turn, so your turn, Juan. What's your favorite part of the weekend?
The thing, the ride was very, very good, but, afterwards, just like, after the ride, we was, going to different games at different stations.
I saw you playing a lot of poker, man. With Abby and them, all right? Playing a lot of cards, man.
So you're keeping. So you know, I'm sure you guys are friends on Facebook. Did you meet any new friends that you're on Facebook now talking to? Okay, that's what this is all about: meeting new people and having a good time. So that's good. I'm glad that.
So when you got off the bike, having some time to settle down.
It's like, time to myself,
Okay.
time to, experience, and, I'm really loving this, I'm really here, and, just like, having fun after, not being able to do anything, of these kind of things, like, I really feel alive.
That's great, man.
Did you get the feel that whole thing was built for you, like that whole village was for you?
Right.
There was nothing that I couldn't do by myself, other than like getting stuck in the mud or like, but other than that, it was like being free, it was like being normal, right? So, but yeah, everything was,
And we had some concerns, right? I mean, it wasn't paved, it wasn't concrete, it was rocks, it was. So we had a lot of
Would
concerns.
you want to get dirty? Did you want to do?
Oh,
resist?
yeah.
I mean, that was part of the concern, right? When we first started, it was like, do you think our athletes want to get dirty? And I remember specifically having this conversation with Corey, and I said, 100%. They want to do all the things that they can't do on a normal basis for our system.
I don't think not one came back and said, "Oh, I'm dirty." They were all like, "Yes, they were ready. They were ready."
So
Jay, what's your favorite
I'll take
part?
the last one here. It was the sense of community first. It was the ability for everybody to come together. When we started Team Tackle Lunch, it was basically trying to get athletes that were skiing to do road races, that would then, how do we incorporate y'all with y'all's Christmas Foundation and stuff like that. So the sense of community for the entire event, from the parking all the way to the food distribution, to the arts and crafts, Ruth Linder and the Deganation ladies, the registration, the games. There was a moment on Friday that I broke down and cried, and it was because of the Deganation. The ladies had everything all set up. Ruth had everything all going, and then to see on Saturday morning everything come together, partners working with side by side. The community of Cayel was tremendous. The hunting club, tremendous. The fire department ran circles around Cade. The sense of everybody working together for the one simple goal of providing smiles to athletes that for an event that was built to them. That is what sticks with me. We had a young lady that turned over her so that the brother of an athlete could drive
You do that, Court?
her own machine?
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
Come on.
Yeah, and what Jay's talking about is that I guess it was probably, I don't know, she never stopped riding, but I think it was toward the end of the day, and we had an athlete that wanted to ride with his brother, and
Want to drive.
yeah, and she said, take my bike. Got out of the driver's seat. Never met this guy before Saturday, right? And said, all right, take him for a ride and take it down the trail. And she sat there patiently waiting for her bike to come back some 45 minutes later. And man, I don't know that I would have never thought of doing that, right? So yeah, there was so much of that. And for me, Jay, you mentioned that, and that's probably one of my best thoughts of that Saturday was just not knowing how the drivers were going to react, right? There was a fear, hey, what if something happens on the trail? What if the athlete doesn't enjoy it? Like, I don't know what to do. And man, to see the 10 first Group A bikes go out and not have a problem, and then having to see Group B and Group C and Group D, and next thing you know, it's like all the bikes go out at one time, and then to see them come back and the driver's like, I in some cases, I thought the drivers were having more fun than the athletes. And I never imagined that. Like, I never thought, like, from the high fives to let's go again, several riders didn't want to take breaks. Several drivers didn't want to take breaks. Several drivers made 6, 7, 8 passes. And we were, I mean,
It was talking 98 degrees.
dust clouds.
Dust. It was
Hot bikes,
Very
right?
hot.
I mean, we had drivers take their doors off just to get a little bit more air.
Those bikes are a little warm.
Yeah,
That's what
so,
I did.
and then to top it off, and Jay will tell you this, on that Sunday, seeing a 2-minute and 40-second video, and one of the athletes from Texas, right, Sebastian, right, Juan, you know Sebastian, you run a lot of races with Sebastian, and to hear him say to that driver, which is the same driver that let Drew's brother drive, said, I'm having the best time today. And that was it for me, man. Like, you know, and that's Juan, y'all heard Juan say it several times today. To see that in the video, on a trail, in the woods, full of mud, going as fast as they could go, for him to stop and say, hey, I'm having the best time ever. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Yeah, it's the humbleness of doing good things for people who really just really want to be.
We had a lot of people come together for this. I can't even begin to say
The list was what, 80-something volunteers, right?
people that it's amazing. And then on Monday, how many people tagged us in, saying how they had the best time.
One picture, one comment, one video.
I'm not gonna lie, I teared up. It was it was just awesome. We never, I never thought that it was gonna turn out as big, as good,
That's safe.
as safe. I mean, we tried everything to be safe. Everything was, I don't wanna say, it wasn't perfect, but it was damn close. I'm not gonna say it was perfect, but I can tell you, there was one point I looked at Chris and I was like,
What just happened?
I was like, I'm waiting for something. I was like, I thought we were gonna have
Like
to do something.
I mean, you know, we kind of strive sometimes in chaos, right? We expect it, we dwell in it sometimes, we're at our best when we have to solve issues and problems, and I think like nothing came up.
People just
Yeah, you deal with it all the time, right?
I never even thought about trash. I mean, you know, trash we had. Somebody started picking up trash, somebody did that, fill in the drinks. The cooking team, they were just making sure that the food was out. The girls making sure that the food got displayed and everybody was getting
Flow,
fed.
just the flow
the
of the
flow
line,
of
right?
everything, the games,
Yeah.
the front,
Yeah, I tell you,
the front table, they had ice cream. I mean,
Snowball truck.
Snowball truck. We had ponies. We had horses. We didn't even talk about that.
Horse
That was amazing. Okay.
Force me to hope.
Yeah, we had a jump going on all the games and all the volunteers.
What about the music?
Yeah.
DJ was incredible.
DJ,
We had everything
never
on.
stopped. DJ linguistics, like tricky trad, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
So it's there's a lot of stuff that went on. We had drones flying over your head. We had camera crews. So there's a lot of things that went on that nobody realized.
Yeah, we didn't leave ourselves a lot of room for improvement. Kudos to every person that did anything to be involved in this. And Jay, you hit on the head. Community, pride, involvement.
Yeah, all of our sponsors were local sponsors. We had nothing that was, that we wanted or needed, that we didn't either have somebody donate for us or self-funding. We had a tremendous opportunity, and next year I'm sure the list will be long of people that will want to be a part of this event. But we're going to go back to those same people who gave to us and believed in us the first time, and we're going to go ahead and make sure that happens. And we're going to make sure that we continue to do right by the generousness of the Deganation crew, and all of the things that they, because you guys have got a race that will come up in a couple of weeks, I'm guessing. All of that, I'm here to tell you, as a person that's been involved with this from the very, very beginning, there wasn't one single dollar that wasn't misplaced. Not one single dollar. We did everything right to create a Louisiana experience for families to come in and have a weekend where maybe Disney isn't financially visible, or a trip to the beach isn't something that would be real physically possible. We created an environment that Louisiana would be proud of. Talladega should be proud of. Every single body who was involved in that, I don't think anybody can walk away and say they weren't extremely impressed with the generosity and the humbleness that we gave to 80-something athletes today.
I tell you what, if you ever show a picture or a video to anyone and they respond in any other manner than tears or smiles, call me right. I will be there in a minute, because I can tell you that's what happens. The minute you show one picture, one video, or you just mention it, the tears flow, the smiles come across, and then to Jay's point, everybody's like, how do I get involved next time, right? And that's I think we got our work cut out for us on how we control that next time. But I think Jay's already got a plan, right? Saying, hey, we're going to go to the people that supported us in this inaugural one. And we'll start with that, and we'll build from there. And even on the rider side, right, Corey, how many people have reached out to us and say, man, we want to go ride next time we go. We'll give you every bike we own. And listen, there was several guys that brought 3 and 4 bikes, right? That and some of them just brought them to this place. So no, just
I don't know how to thank those guys.
Yeah.
If y'all come up with a good way for me to extend a thank you,
So listen, we've been talking about it, Jay. You probably haven't heard it yet. We want to. We're trying to figure out how to plan a ride for everybody that was there at a park, and just ride for the day. And we would cook and just invite everybody. And that's hard to do because there was so many people from so many parts of the area, right? From Mississippi, from Louisiana, North Louisiana, South Louisiana, East, West. But we're trying to work something out. The cool thing is we've been staying in touch with them already.
Yeah,
Y'all going on a ride in Labor Day, right? The Lost Riders, huh?
Lost Riders, yeah, they're going to be at a park that we're going to, so Labor Day. So we're going to expand our Deganation through these mud parks, and our experience will be amazing. I don't know. I keep saying it's going to be more amazing. I don't think it's getting better. It's going to be hard to beat.
It will. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We got lots of ideas. We'll continue because the athletes that we serve are just long.
And I've already seen. Hey, where was this at? Which city was it in? I've seen that already since then. We're coming next year, so the athletes will grow.
Yeah. So we didn't talk about this, but Jay, we had people from other states, right? Can you tell us who they?
Yeah, North Carolina, Texas. We had
Arkansas,
we had
Mississippi.
This was a
4 states. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's got room to grow, and we're going to come up with a bunch of ideas for future.
I remember when Jay and Landis talked about it, and said, hey, we're gonna get book a block of hotel rooms. I'm like, for what? And now we know
Those
why.
guys pushed us, Chris, they pushed us.
Oh, they pushed it.
The Ainsley's back, Landis Manchester definitely knows how to rally his troops. And look, the man has an incredible family who will do anything for their two boys. Daniel and Matthew are some of the most downhearted athletes that you will find. And they have the heart of the Lions. Daniel will run a half marathon and do some really silly stuff. But Landis Manchester is the right guy to bring in those athletes. And I know we have a lot of concerns and worries and all the rest of that stuff. My Dreams Foundation, Christine Miller did an amazing job.
Yes, she did.
She hustled and worked herself.
Yeah,
She made
She was texting me late last night at 10 o'clock. I was like, what's going on? And it was, hey, you know, and you might know this, but I guess Drew's doing a triathlon or something.
Yes.
And she was saying, hey, I might need to like change your logo a little bit to get it to fit. I might do it. I didn't even look at it. I didn't care what color it was.
I was on that last night. She's got something working for. It's called Swim Across the Bay. So we'll take athletes from Ainsley's Angels, Mississippi.
And when is this going to happen?
So this is three weeks. It's right around the same time as Tunnel to Tower, which climbs the steps of the Margaritaville and Biloxi. So it's usually that same weekend. Which we have not figured out how we're getting Juan to do that. So that is one event that I'm still working on. It's 110 flights, so it's 5 times up and down Margaritaville steps, and then you go back down the other side, and you run across, and then you do it again 5 times. That's about the only event that I think so far that he's had to set out on. But the Swim Across the Bay follows it up on next Sunday.
We're going to have to get Drew on. Have to get him over here.
And Drew's got a tri-suit that he's got everybody's logos on. He's gonna probably wear, and they basically ride rafts, so they'll swim from Henderson Point to the Blonde Tiger. So
Whoa.
you guys know that body. of
Whoa,
water.
yeah. Yes, I know that.
They'll swim directly across that. We would love to have a Deganation flag on the back of some of our.
Whoa, that's
we
a
have
little rock.
kayaks. We have
That's
kayaks.
under the bridge, plus.
It's 2.5 miles. It's 2 miles. A little over 2 miles. And the current is nasty. And we swim in the water side by side. Juan Diego did that last year. He was in a raft for about an hour.
Wait, you did it?
With
Yeah.
Tiffany Landry. Tiffany was a swimmer. So they teared that up, and they left. We left out of Henderson Point at about 7 o'clock in the morning.
I'm going to do it in a boat, bro.
I did it in a kayak. He did. But Tiffany Landry swam Atlanta that day with 5 other athletes. And we did it again this year.
That's awesome. So we're right at the hour mark. So I want to give everybody a shot to go with some closing remarks. So Herm, since you're on the phone, man, any closing remarks about tonight, our event? What we got going on?
Yeah, just looking forward to the next one, guys. This is an amazing partnership. It's something that I want to do more of. I want to be involved more in it with our group. It's just a humbling experience, and it draws you in and makes you want to do it more often. Kudos to everybody. Thank everybody that was involved in this, from planning, economy, just everything was an amazing day, man. It was just a great time, and I'll leave it at that,
Thank you, Herman. Juan, closing remarks. What you want to say to everybody, buddy?
I'm telling you, I cannot wait for next year.
Awesome.
I cannot wait for next year. It was like the most fun I have ever had, So I definitely cannot wait for next year.
Well, thank you for helping us dream this up
Yes, sir.
and getting it to work. And you've been to the studio several times now. Never in front of the camera, but now you got your first shot in front of the camera and on the mic.
Yes, sir.
So thank you for coming by. We appreciate you.
What's the name of your website?
Smile Factory. No,
No, Smile Factory.
Smile Factory NOLA. So go check out Juan's website. There's cool shirts and apparel, but Smile Factory NOLA. All right, Jay, what you gonna close us out with?
First of all, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Corey. Thank you, Herman. Thank you, Stephen and Devin and the whole Deganation crew. Thank you to the ladies of Deganation. I do have a couple of things that I want to say real quick. My team works about as hard as 5, 6, 7 people can work. They consist of Ruth Linder with her arts and crafts and the Linder Challenge. Look that up. That runs from August 1st to August 15th. She basically is a school teacher. She is a librarian. She pushes an advocacy of reading through the Louisiana's parish libraries. She has an event that's labeled after her, named after her. She goes to each and every library in one day or over a series of days. There's actually an award for her. They named it after her family. The daughters, the son, out there face painting and working the games. Created a lot of those games, created a lot of those awesome crafts. She worked her tail off. Tiffany Landry, she is about as dedicated to the athlete as you could possibly find anywhere. She may not be the most vocal, but you will not find anyone else who is more.
She was vocal this weekend.
Anyone else that's more dedicated to the athlete's experience than she is. Obviously, David Stella was a beast. Loading up machines.
Amazing person.
Charlie from Warrentown. David has been by us.
I think Charlie did it in jeans and cowboy boots, huh?
He did.
And that heat.
The Akindellas, which is a fraternity that showed up and they did everything from parking to games.
Yes, they did.
Man, they didn't stop, man. When you said volunteer, they ran. You couldn't see, you was a sea of maroon shirts.
Vicky and Danielle really busted their tails, but there were several people that worked really hard outside of learning that they were Matt Mays, Pat Weiss. We are very lucky to have the number of people that we show up week in and week out that push these athletes.
I always forget. I was the family that was behind the mom, dad, son. I don't thank those guys.
Barrett's.
The Barrett's.
Oh,
Barrett's
man.
were
Yeah.
incredible. They showed up and stayed all weekend, and they were just as humble.
They were constantly just looking for something to do. They were.
The people of Coyote Parish.
Oh, yeah.
The fire department, 7th District Fire Department.
I think they came with the whole team.
They brought
Like,
up
it was like 20 of them.
Three trucks.
They brought the fire trucks. They brought everything. And
They brought tents, chairs.
Chief Jerry Brooks had that on lockdown from Jump Street. The Sheriff's Auto Department did an amazing job of making sure that we had any kind of security concerns handled. Horse named Hope. That guy is about solid as a guy. Pastor Terry.
He pulled us out of the jam too. Our generator went down. He hooked it up.
And let me just tell you something. You talk about humble. Chris and I laughed about that. Was that hey, we had him, a little worried because he wasn't communicating like we were communicating. And let me just tell you, he's one of those old guys that just show up. I gave him my word, and I'll be it. And he showed up with all of his horses. He showed up with all of his people. He showed up with a face paint. And we had rodeo. I didn't get to spend enough time with him. And the 5 minutes that I actually spent with him changed my life with his story. What an incredible guy. Horse named Hope. Look it up.
Facebook, sure.
Horse therapy. It fixes you by working with the actual beautiful animals. Hope is a retired thoroughbred that nobody wanted anymore, and look what she's doing now. And I gotta tell you, there's something to say about old dogs and old horses and stuff like that. Every single body, I know I'm going on, every single body worked their tails off, and they continue to do that for all these athletes. Ainsley's Angels, incredible organization. Ski Dogs, incredible organization. All of the sponsors that donated, $50 to 150 to 253, and some of them were just donating, and we put them up as sponsors because we were so happy. It was an incredible day, but the generosity of all of your Deganation people cannot go without me specifically talking about. Please guys, the money that you raise at this event that you have twice a year does amazing things. We are so humbly proud to be a part of it, but we are doing great things by changing these athletes. So please know that when these guys show up and they have their crazy dress runs and their crazy poker runs and their crazy cornhole things and all that sort of stuff, they are working for a much larger cause than just the weekend that you're there experiencing. It carries on long after you guys leave the field. And we thank you. We thank you very much.
Great point.
Just one thing I want to say. Besides thank you to everybody. A lot of people didn't realize we was on a 7,000. Is that right? 7,000.
It's actually 9,000.
9,000 acres. We had no water. We had no electricity. I think we had 7 generators. We had 3 flex powers.
Yes. Shout out to Flex Power. Straight from Atlanta.
Yeah. We had 1 big sun belt. We had a couple of other generators. There was a lot of fuel. There was a lot of things that went on, and a lot of people don't know. But just to know that it had no electricity there,
No running water.
no running water,
No sewer.
no sewer. There was nothing but hot ass.
Well, not yet.
So I just want to close with that, and I want to thank everybody because when you look at those videos and those pictures, you would think that it was just in some community, but we had nothing. So we created a lot.
No, easy.
We created a lot, and there was a lot of concerns, and I just want to go ahead and thank you to everybody and all the athletes and everybody that.
Deganation all-terrain experience will live on.
Yes, there definitely will be a second. So I think we made our minds up. Minute one of this event. So, and listen, guys, I'll close with this. Just an outstanding experience. We doubted ourselves. We doubted each other. There was a lot of behind the scenes. It took a village for sure. No pun intended with Dunsmore Village, but it took every single person to make this happen. Our partners across the board. So we've got some long-term partners that have been helping us for some things. We've met some new partners, but just across the board, just an outstanding event. So just wanted to thank everybody, but definitely go check out all of our affiliates, sponsorships, and partners. Team Packing Lunch, Smile Factor Nova, Ainsley's Angels, Baton Rouge.
Deganation.com.
Deganation.com. I know Jessica and the team from Atlanta, they are working diligently to get more and more photos up. Our partners at Flight Zone Media, thank you, Dustin, for being here tonight, for being at all of our events in the last few weeks.
Tickets did.
Our graphics companies, I mean, we can go on and on and on, but to the core Deganation crew, and to the brand for the fans, the folks that follow us and have been following us 10,000 strong on social media now, right? And I thank them enough. And maybe more than that now. Listen to the ATV community. Like, again, I am getting more friend requests than I've ever had from the ATV community, also from the adaptive athlete community, and just positive comments across the board. So we'll close it with this, guys. Go check us out. We'll drop some videos tonight and tomorrow. Team Packing Lunch is still working on a bunch of stuff. The team at Crescent City Media is putting out stuff daily for us. But check us out on the website, check us out on social media. Be prepared for an upcoming event with Ski Dogs on September 19th. And then 1 month later, we're back at Talladega raising more money. So
Thank you.
Thanks, Jay, for being here tonight. Thank you, Juan, for being here tonight. Dustin, Michael, Miller, appreciate it over there. Corey, thanks for hosting us here at the studio, Club 648. Herm from downtown Amy. It was a flawless experience, man. And you just celebrated a birthday too, right, Herm?
Yeah, man, 24 years old.
Yeah, okay, you missed it by a couple, but
Yeah.
no, listen, thanks for everybody that's watching tonight. Thanks to everybody that's been supporting us. Very humbling experience, and looking forward. It's hard to say bigger and better next year, but if I know this team and this crew, it'll be bigger and better next year. All right, signing out, Deganation TV. Thank you guys for joining us. Everyone have a good night. Happy Monday.
That was fun.
Thanks, Aaron, bro.
It was wild.
All right, bro, I'm out. Hey, good job, everybody.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right, pal. Later.